hope you're doing okay. Let's just cut to the chase. You're lonely. It's Valentine's Day season, and you're lonely right now, aren't you? No one bought you flowers. Everyone is going to wish you a happy Valentine's Day, all except for that one person you wish could do that for you. Truth hurts, doesn't it? But it's okay because I got you. How about instead of worrying about who your Valentines will be, where you can just sit here, relax, grab your lunch or dinner, and you can watch me dissect this utter insanity of a movie. Valentine's Day, the movie. Valentine's Day, the movie, made in 2010, which is a film that could be best described as to how it was made by saying, hey, for the basis, let's just have every character be played by a recognizable celebrity. But what about the story? What about the story? Yeah, that's legit how the movie was made. They've truly got it all. They've got Jamie Foxx, Jessica Alba, Anna Hathaway, Queen Latifah, Ashton Kutcher, the Twilight guy, and... Yeah, I have no clue. But even with a star-packed cast, and even doing well in the box office, it's still a movie left with its mixed reviews. Fans rated the movie on Rotten Tomatoes at 47%, Metacritic gave it a 5.2, IMDb gave it a 5.7 out of 10, while critics absolutely stank the living hell out of this movie. But we're not going to judge based on critiques, as movie critics just judge movies way too harshly. So it's up to me to find out how this film is made to be and see if I'm going to spend my Valentine's Day. This is going to be uploaded way before Valentine's Day because I only have 3 subscribers and YouTube takes a while to recommend your videos. So we're going to see if you're going to see this through the holiday. If so or not, just pretend that it was. And see if this movie will either make me feel joy, lonely, or begin to question why I wasted 2 hours of my lifespan watching this movie. We opened the film with Reed, played by Ashton Kutcher, who was sleeping right next to his girlfriend, played by Jessica Alba, named Morley. And thus Morley gets woken up by their dog and immediately starts her day off by her own boyfriend proposing to her, which is probably the worst setting that you could ever commit a proposal to. Like, her sleep was interrupted, which is such a 50-50 gamble with people because either they can act really chill over this or they can get really freaking cranky about it. So what are you thinking? Also, as Reed literally proposed to her, she's busy trying to process an answer to give to him, and while that's happening, Reed is already putting the ring on her. Dude, what are you doing? She hadn't even said yes to you. So Reed and Morley kissed to celebrate the moment. She didn't even say yes. They really just celebrated the occasion of potentially getting married without her saying anything. She just said, really?
Really?
And the scene ends as they both wished each other a happy Valentine's Day. Whoa, what? Whoa, that's the name of the film. Reed would then go on to announce the news to his friend Alonzo, who is played by George Lopez, and no, to confirm, there is no blood relation. I am Nando Lopez, and he is George Lopez. Just wanted to keep it clear. He breaks the news to him that his girlfriend Morley said yes to the proposal, which, to remind you all, she did not. She just said,
really?
And that was that. And that miscommunication will become the whole plotline for this movie. Well, not really, but you'll get the gist of it. We then cut to the next scene where Reed works at a flower shop and breaks the news to his co-worker named Diamond about the engagement, but asks for suggestions about what's best to give to her.
What is it? No. Do not open until perfect moment.
This is a gift for her, not for him. I think Reed deserves to have a bit of context as to what he's giving to her. Happy Valentine's Day, babe. Oh, thank you so much, honey. I love you. I love you too, honey. You really shouldn't have. It's a dead rat. Wait, what? It's a dead rat. A dead rat? Yes! Simon, what the fuck? We then see our next character named Julia having chats with her love interest named Dr. Patrick, announcing to Patrick that she's her Valentines. Aww. Oh, he will be important later. We have another character named Liz who's dating a guy named Jason who's spending some lovely time together, but Liz realizes that she has to rush her job. But in secret, she has to hide from the fact from her boyfriend that as a side hustle, she is a phone S3X operator.
Well, it's Valentine's Day, sugar. Do you want to have a threesome?
If he says yes, it'll take me a minute to change.
Julia then goes to visit Rita to hear about the engagement, and just like Alonzo, she was also surprised that she said yes to him. Like, damn, they had no hope in this relationship going forward. Which I can relate to. Shut up. I'm a judgy person, and I rarely see hope in most of the relationships that my friends are in. But they love me for my honesty, so it's okay. Julia admits that she can't see her man for Valentine's Day as he's gonna be busy in San Francisco, but Reed suggests that she should fly over there to visit him. Julia would then go on to call her guy Patrick, but admits that he can't talk right now as he's near the airport. But bro ain't going to no airport. No, because he's going to his actual home to visit his wife and kids. Scandalous.
Doesn't Daddy juggle well?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at him juggling with your feelings! We then meet our next character named Kate, who is a US Army captain looking to go back home after 11 months and befriends a man next to her named Holden, to which he tries to strike up a conversation with her, but a US Army captain mentality is reminding her to remain neutral and unresponsive to him, but that was until one question just almost made her break character.
You on Facebook?
Morley would then go to visit Rita at work, to which he would notice that she's not even wearing her ring. And she excused that she didn't want to wear it during work because she just didn't want to get bombarded with questions regarding her future with how the wedding would be and whether she would have kids. And suggests that she would just like to keep the engagement a secret for a bit. We then have a new character named Grace who gets approached by a woman who clearly wants to go out with her, but with Grace having no interest in her, she has to find excuses to get out of seeing her, and in one of the excuses she just openly admits that she's just trying to smash with her boyfriend for the first time.
Today at lunch, I'm gonna have sex with my boyfriend for the first time. Both of us. You know, I'm free tomorrow. Lunchtime tomorrow, I'll definitely be free.
You'll be done having sex by then?
She looks like she took that pretty well. So as Grace goes off to class with her boyfriend, this is where our characters Felicia, played by Taylor Swift, and Willie, who is played by Taylor Lautner. I believe this movie was the reason as to how Taylor and Taylor met and eventually started dating, but then they broke up and Taylor Swift made the song Back to December, which was apparently about Taylor Lautner. Now why does this matter? Oh, don't worry, it doesn't. I'm just trying to prove a point because she made a buttload of money making a song about him, so I will do the same and make a buttload of money by adding her name and face to my title and thumbnail because I'm talking about her through this movie. Why am I saying this? I'm not even monetized yet. And with Grace and her boyfriend's plans to sleep together, Willie, by the way, for the remainder of this movie, you guys probably know him for his role in Twilight. Well, I know him for his prominent role in
Dream, 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 dream.
So yeah, I'm going to call him that for my own entertainment for this movie. So Shark Boy tries to ask Felicia about potentially sleeping together too, but Felicia says it's best for them to wait, even gifting him a shirt, to which Shark Boy goes,
Try it on now, then.
Now?
Yeah.
Well, a little uncomfortable taking my shirt off in public.
"You literally always looked like this during most of your screen time in Twilight. Trust me, dude, you'll be fine." We then go back to the plane to where Holden and Kate are speaking, and just from the flight attendant handing them heart candies, Kate would just openly admit that she has Holden's whole character figured out. And Holden's like, okay, give me an example. And Kate's all like,
You boarded the plane wearing a suit but no wedding ring. Serious but not committed. You let a stranger sleep on your shoulder. It also feels good to be needed. Or you have a problem with candy in the shape of a heart, which means you might have a problem with romance and things pertaining to this day in particular.
bro, that's for an example, not a whole thesis of his life.
Not bad, soldier.
Reed would then go on to have a conversation with Patrick, who's got surgery to take care of in like 30 minutes because he's a doctor and just wanted to cut in line. and then asking Reed to send out flowers to two women, that being his wife and Reed's very own best friend, Julia. A realization that shook Reed to his core, but he kept the reaction to himself. Grace's boyfriend Alex would arrive at Grace's house, being excited to have his very first smash session with Grace. And as he's creating the romantic scene for them in her room before she arrives, Alex thought it'd be a good idea that in preparation he would write a song for her. But then he thought, nah, that ain't enough. I gotta do this song naked. And without realizing...
Grace?
Oh, Alex! Oh my God, Mrs. Smart!
Grace's mom literally catches him in the act. Freaking out in the moment, Bo just casually runs around in the street without any underwear on. Bro, she caught you in the act. At least you could just justify some level of dignity by putting some clothes on, man. And then he catches up to Grace and gives the news to her what happened. Grace would also freak out over the situation, but then Alex would then casually transition the conversation to naturally ask,
my fear made me very convincing. I wrote you a song.
yeah, hey, your mom walked in on me being naked and trying to sing a song in your very own room. But you want to see the song that I wrote for you? Reed would then go to Julia's school as she works there as a teacher, and then tries to break the news to her, but gosh darn, she's just so happy that her loyal man sent her flowers. And she's even planned a flight to go to San Francisco to see her garbage man Patrick, like Reed suggested. But before Reed could stop her, some commotion happens in the classroom that prevents that reveal from happening. What commotion happened? Oh, you know, a girl just attempting to choke another girl out. Reed would then go back to his home to leave the gift for his girl Morley, but as he goes to his room, he catches Morley trying to secretly pack her bags and leave the house. To which she explains that she doesn't think she's ready for this kind of commitment and thinks that it's best for Reed to give that beautiful ring to someone else. And Reed is coping very, very hard. Like, trying to act fine about the whole thing. Like, have you guys ever watched the episode of Friends where Ross catches his friend / ex Rachel kissing his best friend Joey, and he tries his very best to act like he's okay about the whole thing, even though he really isn't?
I'm fine. I'm fine. What are we fine? I'm fine.
Yeah, he's like that. Also, to the Friends community, Rachel and Joey were not that bad of a couple. Stop overboarding that boat with the hate that it got, okay? Oh, and also, it was very hard to take the scene as seriously as intended because Reed's outfit wouldn't stop constantly reminding me of him looking like Timmy Turner. Or at least, the more grown-up version of Timmy Turner in that live-action film. But now with that out of the way, Reed realizes that he has to stop Julia before she gets on that plane. AKA, we're gonna go through the "don't go, I love you" playing cliche trope, so be up for that. Alonzo would then offer to do the flower delivery while Reed goes out to find Julia, to which he does in a lowrider. California. As you do. And Reed tries to convince a guy who works at the airport to help him find some leverage to see Julia, and I love the passive aggressiveness from this man.
This counter is for oversized items, okay?
Okay. Here's my luggage.
Now it's a matched set. I'm 52 and I'm wearing a bright blue shirt to work. Please don't make me madder than I am.
Probably the best scene of the movie so far. Well, other than
I wrote you a song.
So after hearing Reed's love-yapping speech on how special Julia is, the man hands him a ticket that will help get to Julia faster. But as he's getting his luggage, or more so just his personal belongings that are on his pockets being checked, he just decides, screw it, we ball, and tries chasing after Julia. Full on barefoot, and it's now going to lead to the police to chase after him. Dude, I know she's got a plane to catch or whatnot and you're rushing, but waiting a few more seconds wouldn't have killed ya. Because now you've just costed yourself security to come chasing after you. But Reed catches up to Julia, confessing the whole truth to her, but she just doesn't believe him, feeling as though he's done this with all of her other boyfriends. But even while confessing what had happened to his proposal and being honest what had happened between him and Morley, Julia still chooses to go to San Francisco.
What kind of man takes his shoes off and leave them off in public? You know, it's some nasty stuff on these floors, sir.
We're now on school grounds as Felicia gets interviewed, to which she reveals to the camera that she's part of the dance team, and then she gets asked for a demonstration. She gives us this.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Honestly, it's quite accurate as to how she normally dances in front of people, so I see no problem with this.
He's quite the athlete and you're quite the dancer, huh?
5, 6, 7.
She also gives the backstory as to how she met her man Shark Boy, and it comes to the fact that she did not like him at first as he was always shooting spitballs at her, but when she realized that one of the spitballs was stuck in her hair, she opened it to see that Shark Boy left a message on the paper that said, "What's up?"
And I was like, that is so cute. And then I liked it.
Well, this movie is so special.
She tell you the Spitwad story?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, she's mushy like that.
Good.
I know. Ooh, I miss high school.
Oh, never again. All that. No. Disgusting.
She's mushy like that.
Julia would then visit the hospital that Dr. Patrick would work at, and thus she gets the confirmation from the staff that Patrick is indeed married, celebrating his 15th anniversary. 15th! Bro was nowhere in the divorce negotiations, but hey, at least she knows. Also, if you haven't noticed from this video, I've been skipping a lot through this movie. There's just so many things happening in this movie, like so many sagas happening, thrown through, and it's just so unnecessary. Because let me remind you, this movie's runtime is 2 hours. 2 hours. And it's just filled with side characters upon side characters just doing things that are just not that interesting to cover. Especially this one character named Sean Jackson, who is a football player, and there was plenty of speculation on whether he was going to retire or not. But instead of answering that main question that everyone was asking,
I'm gay.
I knew it.
he just comes forward to admit that he's gay, which is cool and all, but he's such a boring character to watch, and he only has this one line to redeem himself of me having to talk about him through this video.
No, I'm not retiring. I'm gay, and I'm gonna play.
Bars! Patrick is in having dinner with his wife, and just by the really focused shot of the waitress pouring their drink and not showing their face, immediately I knew, oh shoot, he's in trouble.
Good evening. Hi.
So Julia plays as a waitress for Patrick. She goes on into this graphic detail what the chef is offering to them.
Tonight, the chef is featuring a dish that he likes to call the lying stinking pig.
How is that cooked?
He starts by cutting off the pig's testicles, them up really fine, and then he takes those testicles and he pulverizes them and shoves the mixture back up.
Really? Well, this sounds...
Then she leaves, confirming that this was just a one-night shift as she made a deal with one of her kids' parents to do this whole stunt. Which is like, wow, she is such a badass. And the best part about this whole movie, we then cut to Liz having dinner with her boyfriend Jason, and the waiter comes in asking Jason whether he'd like the 4-course sweethearts menu or the 8-course eternal love menu. Jason gets starstruck by it because he's only been dating Liz for 2 weeks, and then the waiter straight up digs at him.
I realize that, sir. I'll come back when you're serious.
Holy shoot! What a line! Liz also gets close to confessing about her phone S3X operation, but then gets cut off as she has to do her phone S3X operation. Reed and Alonzo are busy discussing about the failed proposal, and then Reed would ask his friend,
How'd you and your wife get it so right?
It's easy. I married my best friend.
and then she gave me her kidney when I needed most, and even with that, I still cheated on her. Yeah, George Lopez, you're quite the piece of shit. So Jason tries to look at where Liz is, and this is where...
Oh, we're gonna lick you all up and down. Scratchy little tongue.
Oh, God.
I want to crawl inside my own skin and die. But she explains that she's doing this because she's broke and needs to pay for her student loans, has no health care, and feels disgusted by what she does. And Jason, Hearing all of this just goes...
Are you gonna call me?
Well, you know, I'd like to say yes, but I don't know if I can afford it. I'm sorry.
Dude! What the What? What? Dude! Douche move! She's not living her best life, and you're kicking her when she's already down! You jerk! And with how much Liz is dealing with right now, Jason feels that this is too much for him to deal with and they break up. We then cut to seeing people going out to visit the cemetery to go there and watch a movie later. Does that happen? Movie nights? In a cemetery? Maybe that's just me.
I got her these flowers because I'm so sorry. I mean, it was a small fire. It's a small dog. Everything's fine. And
what the hell is this movie? What the hell happened to the dog? Julia then goes to visit her friend's no-date Valentine's party.
He's married.
Yo, she has every right to be mad, but this beat is low-key fire.
Now that's open heart surgery.
Bars. So now to rehash as to what aligns everything together, Reed has to take a kid to the place as to where Julia is, and he doesn't even know that it even is Julia, as the kid considers Julia his own teacher to be his own Valentine. Wow. Crazy. And he wants to hand a gift to her, to which Reed hands him the same gift his co-worker gave in the beginning of the film. Jason also hanged out with an old man named Edgar who is having a lot of problems with his wife after she just confessed to having an affair with Edgar's business partner many years ago when they were long distance. But since this movie is just so close to ending, they just quickly patch things up, and that got Jason more motivated to go rush to see Liz. Both these things regarding the kid and the old couple have been introduced throughout the beginning of the film, but just like the gay footballer, I didn't mention them throughout the movie because their plot was boring. Cool, let's continue. The kid then hands Julia the gift, and holy crap, I make no lie, this is unironically the best scene of the film to me.
Is it our age difference that keeps you from going boom, boom, boom?
He said the thing!
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh my gosh, I give you no lie, I bursted out laughing for a whole 2 minutes because my little brain is cackling at the fact that a little child is unironically saying boom, boom, boom. This movie is older than The Rizzler and Big Justice, and yet they had a kid say a normal line that would end up being part of 2024's brain rot lore. I've now grown to love this movie. It was so boring in the first half, but then after that, they just kept swinging and swinging. What a comeback! Julia listens to the kid and lets him understand that maybe the person you may love is the friend that's always been with you this whole time, and maybe that friend you like could be the friend that you love. Bars. And when the kid asks if Julia has ever gone through that, and thus the realization hits her. And on a side note, the kid would then give the gift to a girl that he likes in his class, and then he goes on to say,
I don't usually go for girls my own age, but you're pretty cool.
He admits to liking this girl while also admitting that he prefers older women too. My man! And then the scene, in all its glory, just awkwardly ends like this.
Wow. Thanks. I don't really have anything else to say.
And then the scene just ends! What? This movie turned into a complete 180 so fast and out of nowhere. What the hell happened? Did they just switch writers in between all this? So Grace admits to her boyfriend that she's not ready to sleep together as she feels she's not ready, but Alex completely understands that, and they patch things up with a kiss. Felicia gets to have her happy moment with Shark Boy, and since she's in my title and thumbnail and in this video, I think it's best to mention Felicia's acting here is just fine. Nothing too harmless. She did what she could. She filmed this while she was really young, so she gets a pass. Plus, after this movie, she would go on to have her biggest break of her career that would truly solidify her as a true megastar. LOL cats! Jason then apologizes and patches things up with Liz, and Julia and Reed finally gets to have their moment with a kiss. And they both hated it.
It's awkward. Awkward.
Just not great.
Yep.
Well, okay then. The kid then gets to reunite with his mom, who is Kate. Then Reed and Julia gets to retry another kiss to live happily ever after. Credits roll, and before I give my thoughts, they also show a blooper reel of the whole film, and they have Taylor just say this so nonchalantly.
Hey, I'm Taylor.
I'm Taylor.
Yeah, it's confusing. Yeah, we know that.
And that's the whole movie, and may I say, comeback of the century. Let me remind you that this movie's runtime was 2 hours. 2 hours. The first hour felt so dull. All over the place. Too many characters and side plots being introduced, but then the second hour just pushed through and just got really good. Like the writing for this was on a downward spiral, but then after that second hour, boom, the movie just took a whole turnaround and it made me enjoy it a lot more. I see where the criticism for this film is made, but I don't think the hate is all justified for it. The film was worth watching around Valentine's Day season. I hope you all have a lovely Valentine's Day, single or not. I'm single, I'm dealing with this as well. Just spend time with the people that you love. Here are all my socials. Like, comment, and subscribe. And always remember, that kid knew. Boom!